Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we are actually talking about the Great Resignation, kind of, because the Great Resignation is showing us cyber vulnerabilities that our businesses have. This is really interesting, and it's coming from Vice News. And before I dive into that news, I thought this would be a great way to end the week here. It's Friday, but I'm sure you all know that we're going through the Great Resignation. We're seeing a massive amount of people leaving their jobs for whatever reason, whether it's economic benefits from the government or, I simply don't want to report back to an office again, so I'm going to change my life profession. A lot of businesses are struggling maintaining and retaining essentially employees. Wages, all those kinds of things are factors here. And so that is the backdrop for this information from Vice News, because here's what's going on, and I do find this amusing. Someone or multiple people are blasting anti-work manifestos to receipt printers at businesses around the world. That's according to people who claim that they have seen these printed manifestos, dozens of posts on Reddit, and a cybersecurity company, and I'll get to them, is analyzing this network traffic to insecure printers, and they are confirming this. Now, on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, a Reddit user wrote in a post that basically a manifesto was being randomly printed at his job. Now, some of these read, and I quote in all caps, "Are you being underpaid?" Another one said, "You have a protected legal right to discuss your pay with your coworkers. Poverty wages only exist because people are willing to work for them." There are other countless similar posts on basically the subreddit r/anti-work. You can go check it out for yourself, some of which basically have the same manifesto as well. Others have different messages with the same sentiment of worker empowerment. All of them suggest that the reader of the message should check out that actual subreddit that I just mentioned, which has exploded in size, obviously, and influence. There you go with Reddit. Now, some people on Reddit have suggested that these messages are fake, meaning, you're just doing this to get in on the fun or to make it look like, this subreddit's doing something illegal, et cetera, et cetera. So conspiracy theories abound. But essentially, the cybersecurity outfit that's looking at this is Gray Noise. They monitor the internet, and they have seen these kinds of attacks and have been able to confirm it. And this basically is an old attack. This goes back quite some time. Basically having an open port basically on the internet that you can run to, such as like TCP 9100, for example, not to get super nerdy for you non-nerds out there. But essentially, as you're exposing these things to the internet, or a business is, it's very easy to find them, attach to them, and simply print to your printer. We actually had a client back in the day that had this issue. They accidentally exposed their entire infrastructure, so we could see every printer, fax machine, server, just publicly on the internet. People misconfigure, and that is my point right now, is that what this is showing us is that because we are seeing these kinds of things, it really behooves every single business out there, from small to massive, to really start looking at their cybersecurity strategies. Are your printers or other devices actually exposed out to the internet where somebody can start printing anti-work manifestos or sending anti-work manifestos to your employees? These are things that we obviously have to talk about. Now, I'm not adjudicating high wages, fair wages, all that kind of stuff. I'm simply talking here about cyber vulnerability. So whatever you think of the Great Resignation, feel free to think whatever you think. But what I'm talking about here is really underscoring what we in the cybersecurity community see constantly, and that is vulnerability that is taken for granted, meaning it's been open for years, and it's basically a miracle that nobody's gone looking. Now they've got a reason, now they're finding it, and that's essentially how a lot of this stuff works. So make sure you're reviewing your settings. Make sure you're reviewing those firewalls to make sure that nothing is exposed to the internet that shouldn't be. And that is essentially a tip of the week, I guess, if you will. But also, have a good weekend. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please stay private. Thanks, everyone.